Hello everyone, my name is Gal and I teach dance and movement in a way that feels good in your body. Whoever you are, however you identify, and whatever body you live in, you are welcome here. In this video, you're going to be waking up your body together with mine, as it is 8:30 in the morning right now. We're going to do some warm-up exercises and gently flow into movements that are inspired by yoga asanas, dance movements, and some core exercises. So everything is gonna be waking up really gradually, really slowly, hopefully also in a fun way. In terms of the level, if you think as 1 as very gentle stretching that really require very little effort, and 5 as super intense workouts, I would say this is between 2 to 3. Definitely starts really mild. Towards the end, we will do some core exercises and things that will require more muscle engagement. I will show modifications for beginners, so feel free to do this video and adapt it to your needs and whatever fitness level you are. Let's get started. We're going to be standing with our feet wide apart, about 3 times as wide as our hips, feet slightly turned out. We're gonna bend our knees, tuck in, and we're gonna breathe in. Exhale. 2 more. Keep your core slightly engaged. Last one. We're gonna take our left arm, stretch it to the right, keeping that bend in the knees. We're gonna slowly roll down and come up with the other hand. Other side, keeping the core engaged, knees bent, roll down and come up. Notice that I pause at the stretch to get that nice stretch across the side of my body before I roll down and up. Last time, nice stretch. Let your spine hang loose, come up. We're gonna look up, down, up, down, up, down. Last time. And turn sideways with our gaze. So really think of your neck actively moving from side to side. And remember, we're going to do ear to shoulder. So going through all of the different angles that we can move our neck around. We're going to roll our head slowly, really exploring where it feels tight as we roll, taking our time, and switch to the other side. If your neck kind of makes noises, cracks, pops, totally normal. Come back to center. Shake it out, check it out. This is your moment, nobody's seeing you. We're fine, we're totally fine. We're gonna roll back. And we're going to try that every time our shoulders are down, slightly bending our knees more. This will help us warm up the lower body as well as the shoulders. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if your range of motion and any of the exercises that I show looks different than mine, totally normal. Everybody is different. We're gonna go one by one back and forward. All of this time keeping the knees slightly bent and your abs engaged. One hand on your hips, the other hand straight with a flex. Bend your knee, we're gonna roll forward, forward, 5, 6, 7, backwards, 1, 2 more. Other side. Now my body naturally adds a little head movement here. You can stick with just the regular bend if you want, or try to see what comes out of your body naturally. The whole point of this video is not to be super strict about the number of repetitions or exactly the exercises, although I do try to keep it symmetrical, but more feeling how your body wants to move and getting to know your body and its patterns. Breathe in, exhale down, move your feet Keeping your knees slightly bent, move from side to side. Maybe hugging your right leg and kind of twisting your body sideways and other side. Come back to center, bend, roll up slowly, and turn out again. Bend your knee, tuck, hands parallel to the floor. We're gonna go up, out, out, out. If you can roll your hips. 7, 8. Other side, both for the hands and for the roll. Again, if the roll is too much, you can stay here. Release. Now we're just gonna go over to our hands, bringing them in and then out, adding that hip roll if we feel like it, and then once we reach the top, twisting back the other side of the roll, both for the hands and for the hips. Hands parallel to the floor. We want to imagine that this box right here of our chest is parallel to the floor, and we're shifting from side to side, keeping our hips firmly in place, looking like this. What we want to avoid is moving our hips as well as our chest, not what we're into right now. So we want to firmly plant our hips in between our legs and really imagine like we're being surprised and then moving our chest from here. Now we're gonna bring our hands to our hips, hip bones. We're gonna do it up and down, out and in. So I'm gonna push my chest forward and bring my scapulas to the back and round my back. This is a really small range of motion movement, and also chest isolations are super hard. So if it feels stuck or if you feel like you're not doing it right, totally normal. This takes time and practice, so don't be discouraged. We're gonna go to your hips, my favorite part. So bending down low, this is where we wanna be. We're gonna go side, 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 side. 1, 2. The hips hold a lot of feelings of shame and other such gifts that society trains us to hold in our hips. We're gonna go forward, back, back. So really when you move your hips, you're allowing yourself to move in ways that sometimes you might censor yourself from doing. I highly encourage enjoying it and really focusing on what it feels like in your body versus what it looks like. Release. You're gonna go 4 corners, front, side, back, other side. 7, and front, side, back, other side, front. 2 more times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and circle it out. You don't have to make a huge circle. Small circle is fine, as long as you feel like your hips are hitting all of the 4 corners. I am already starting to get sweaty. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, circle. 4 more. 7, release. Oh, shake it out. Kind of jump on the ball of your feet gently. Let out some air. Use your voice, don't be afraid of it. Nobody can see you, which I can't say for this video. We're gonna bring our feet slightly closer together, bend our knee, place our hands on the knees, and we're going to imagine like we're drawing a circle with the knees while keeping our abs engaged. So they kind of like, if skiing was circular, this would be the motion. Clearly, I've never skied before. Other side, 2, 3, 4, 5, Stand on one foot, and we're gonna roll the other foot. And other side. This always feels weird, stuck. There's a lot going on in your foot, that's okay. Other side, so balance yourself out. Just waking up everything that's happening in all of those joints, muscles, and bones. Other side of the rotation. Okay, we're gonna breathe in. We're gonna turn to the side, so hips are pointing directly towards where I'm looking, not being open, with both hip bones looking forward, and both my knees are straight, not locked. Breathe in. We're gonna tabletop for a second, pause and release. Bend, bend. Yeah. If you can't reach all the way down, you can do it here or here and just bend. It might be more challenging. Take your back foot back and make sure your heel is under your knee. So I don't want the heel to be here. I want it to be exactly under my knee. Come forward. And whenever you place your hands on the floor, make sure to engage your fingers like this a little bit. That way you're not putting all of your weight on the wrist, but engaging the muscles of the fingers. So we're hanging out here, moving forward and back. Really relishing how it feels in the body. So as I move back, I shift my weight to my foot. I feel a stretch in my front leg. We're gonna roll the foot. And other side. Come forward, bend, straight, bend, straight. And keep it bent. Grab your foot if you can with the other hand. If not, leave it here. Totally fine. You should be able to feel a nice stretch in your hip flexor, the front of your hip. Come back. And take the other foot back to a tabletop. We're gonna round our back, arch, round, arch, round, arch. Don't forget your fingers, round, arch. From here, we're gonna do a little circle with the hips or the back. Whatever feels comfortable in your body, that's what your brain should focus about. Because at the end, it's gonna look the same. It just matters how you think about the movement. So I'm just gonna roll my hips or my back to the range of motion that feels good for me right now. It might increase later, it might not, and that's okay. And switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can also add a head rotation to the mix. Flip your toes, push back into a downward dog position. Pedal your feet, bend one knee at a time. And push your hands to the back of the mat. Roll up. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Sweat is real. It's not so much the exercises, but the humidity. So we're going to breathe in. Turn sideways. Make sure our hips are turning forward. Bend, pause at the tabletop. Release. Or stay here and bend. 2, 3, 4. Back leg goes further back, and we have 90-degree angle between the knee and the heel. You can rock back and forward a little bit. back, roll your front foot. Be amazed at what your body feels like. Other side. And shift back, forwards. Bend, release, bend, release. You can do this with a pointed or a flexed foot, doesn't matter. As a dancer, I tend to do things with a pointed foot. And grab it or not. Don't forget to breathe. Move your other leg backwards. Flip your toes into a downward dog position. And now as we pedal, I also want to start moving my hips from side to side. If you're familiar with a figure 8 movement in the hips, that's what we're doing. If not, just bend your knees and shift your weight from side to side. Do whatever feels good. Any variation of this is great. And we're going to take one leg and lift it up. Squeeze the glute, squeeze your butt. Shift your weight forward. And again. So we're doing an extension and then a knee tuck. 2 more for a total of 5. Don't forget to use your fingers in this position. Stay here. And then come to a child pose. So the big toes touching together in the back. Knees slightly open. Come back up. Go back into a downward dog. Let's do the other leg. So try to keep your knees as straight as possible. And so think of the movement only coming from your glute. Up. Engage your core. Down. 2. 3. 4. 5. Firm downward dog into a child pose. And we're going to take it into a circle. So we're going to move to one side with our body, come forward, move to the other side. So think of your booty as drawing a circle in the air, parallel to the floor. Every time you move your hips to one side, you can feel a nice stretch. And let's change positions, change directions. So from the other side to the first side and back. Last one. Relax into child's pose. Come back into tabletop. Flip the toes. We're gonna extend one leg, and we're just gonna do tiny, tiny pulses in order to wake up the glute. Hello, glute. Good morning. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it forward into pigeon or dove. So your heel can be as close as you want to your hip. The further away, the bigger of a stretch it is. First thing in the morning, you don't need a super stretch. Just saying hello, so be gentle with your body and loving. Should I have had a towel nearby? Yes. Am I going to bring one now? No, it's too late for that. So as you're here, try to move around a little bit. Think about what you did yesterday. Maybe one thing that happened that you're grateful for. For me, it was doing this routine yesterday morning. And that really helped me ground and start the day right, which is what made me want to film this. Okay, so flip the back foot back into a downward dog, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So bring one leg up into the full range of motion, and then pulse here for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward into a pigeon or a dove. When you speak English as a second language, you often translate from your first language, and then it sounds really close to the original meaning, but not really. So this is one of those examples because pigeon and dove are the same word in Hebrew. So again, move around here, listen to your body, explore. Where are the kinks? Where's the deliciousness? Or is that, I hate this, gal, why are you making me do this? I'm not. This is your workout, so do what feels right for you. Flip back. Sit back on your heels, clasp your arms together, roll your hands. Breathe. Roll to the other side. Feel good about yourself. Swing your arms back and forth. We kind of use them in the downward dog now for a bit. And back to the tabletop. For one final stretch, I'm going to take a breath, lift one arm up, thread it under the shoulder, and open up the other hand for a nice, twisty, spinal stretch. Come back to the tabletop, lift the other arm, thread it through the shoulder, and open up. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to tabletop, into downward dog, head roll. Move your hips from side to side. So when we do this, we're actually planking, but not telling ourselves that we're planking. And push back. Roll up slowly. Shake it off. Bounce on your feet a little bit. Breathe in. 2 more. Last one. Great job. You're now ready to welcome a new day. Slightly sweatier, slightly more grounded in your body. If you want to use this as a warm-up and start your workout now, awesome. If you don't, also awesome. Good job for moving your body today. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel, and have a great day.